Now let's shift our focus to West Asia, where Israel has threatened to resume fighting if Hamas does not honor the terms of a US-backed ceasefire that halted the war in Gaza. And this after Hamas handed over the remains of 2 more deceased hostages and said it would be unable to retrieve any more bodies from the ruins of Gaza without specialized equipment. Since Monday, under a ceasefire agreement brokered by US President Donald Trump, Hamas has handed back 20 surviving hostages to Israel in exchange for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners freed from Israeli jails. The Palestinian group is required to return all 28 dead hostages as part of the first phase of the Gaza peace plan. With Israel confirming that the 2 recently returned bodies are that of the hostages, Hamas has in total returned the remains of 9 out of the 28 known deceased hostages, in addition to a 10th body that Israel stated did not belong to a former hostage. Israel said it would not compromise on hostage returns, saying the mission is not complete. Israel's defense minister said he had instructed the IDF to prepare a comprehensive plan to defeat Hamas in Gaza in the event of renewal of war. Now, meanwhile, Trump, in an exclusive with CNN, said he would consider allowing Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to resume military action if Hamas refuses to uphold its end of the deal. The senior US advisor, however, said the Palestinian group still intends to make good on its pledge. The advisor argued that Hamas had acted in good faith by returning the live hostages and was working with various interlocutors to find and return the remains of hostages. Still, any delay in returning the remaining bodies is likely to pile further domestic pressure on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to tie the humanitarian aid to the fate of the bodies. Israel's far-right National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, has threatened to cut off desperately needed aid supplies to Gaza if Hamas fails to return the remains of soldiers who are still held in the Palestinian territory.
As part of the ceasefire agreement, all of the deceased hostages are meant to be returned. When it went into effect, there were 28 bodies in Gaza, and since then, only a handful have come out. Now, the ceasefire is so far holding, but there still remain a lot of unanswered questions. Will Hamas disarm? Who is going to govern Gaza? What is going to happen with Palestinian statehood? It's also unclear how much aid is getting into the Strip. As part of the ceasefire, it's supposed to be flooded with aid. The UN says it is still pushing for more crossings to be open and for hundreds of trucks to go in order to ease the dire humanitarian crisis there.